Here we go. Ladies and gentlemen.
What's up? Good morning, everyone. Happy Thursday. My day's confused. Fernando Rivera Jr., the conservative ex-con. You see the graphic behind you. Those are my eyes. Scary. But the common sense and random shit show, because that's what it is. A shit show. Let me get some stuff rolling here. I'm doing... Apologies for yesterday for the one or two that were watching me. My camera froze for some reason. I'm hoping it doesn't happen again. So let me see if I can make some stuff happen here. Make sure everything's working fine. It looks like it is. Got to double check because I'm doing this by myself. So everything is a little whack. You already know. Let me replace this, because I want you to know what I'm talking about today. Identifying a liberal. Now, what does that mean? Sorry, this is taking forever. Listen, I'm not saying they all look like that. I'm just saying they don't all look like that, but mostly, especially the loudest ones. The loudest ones, that's what they look like. Pretty much overweight, dyed hair, just, put them all in a room. They all look the same. There are a few that aren't that way. Not gonna lie, but if you're wearing a mask in public, riding a bike, exercising, whatever it may be, I don't care what you look like. You're not conservative. You're not a Republican. You didn't vote for Trump. Let's be real. And people still actually wear masks. It's like, please, somebody let me know why. I don't even think I even hear it in the news. What are they watching? I'll never get it. Whatever. Anyway. Get rid of that. And I want to go to a quick, short video that pretty much sums it up in probably the fastest way possible of how you can tell a liberal. Yeah, check it out. Yeah, that was a quick video, but if you were paying attention, for the one or two that are watching me, pretty much that's what it is. The gist of it. Everything's racist. Funny thing about it is that it's a fact. It is, you can say what you want about us, but that's how it is. When you're losing the battle, you're racist. Everything's racist. All this cancel culture I've mentioned before. Mr. Potato Head, Uncle Ben, Aunt Jemima. I still have an Aunt Jemima bottle. I remember before when that started happening. Before it started happening, my wife, when she started noticing things were going on, she was like, let's save this bottle. So I have a bottle at the house for Aunt Jemima. Bring that shit back. I'm just saying, Uncle Ben, nothing's racist, man. Come on, But it's the weird-looking ones that are doing all the crying, all the loudest in appearance. I can say that I can walk into Wally World, Walmart. Yes, I still go there. I know about the owner and all that shit, with Eris. But I can walk into a Walmart and literally, then I'm going to say 95% of the time, I'm right. Appearance. I'm just saying. I mean, it is what it is. But I have this video here I found yesterday. See if you can spot the difference. And tell me at the end, be honest with yourself, be honest with me, write me, let me know. I know when I looked through it, I was probably 93, 94% accurate. But let's see. What do you think? See if you can tell the difference. The last one, honestly, is that it? Yeah, I believe that's it. All right. The last one kind of got me. I was a liberal conservative. Knowing the word liberal, it kind of makes sense, but it kind of surprised me. Did it get you? Did you guess who was what? Like I said, there were one or two that I was on the fence on, but I was in my mind as I watched the video. I was accurate. I was like, you could tell who's who. Now the guy at the shop, I don't know if he was Spanish or Indian descent. I kind of was right on him, especially as of late, because if he's Hispanic, we're Hispanics, we're conservative. We're not with that crazy shit. Two genders. Just saying, men and women's sports, we don't like that shit. No, communism, we don't like that shit. I'm just saying, especially those who came from communist countries. Now, this next video, I'm going to put a link in the description. I think they're really cool. If you haven't seen them, it's like a Dos Equis style. And this is, I believe, the most woke man in the world. You got to check this out. As I said, I'll put a link in the description. It isn't my own, but these guys are pretty talented. And at the end of the video, I got one that's really cool. But check this out. This is pretty awesome.
I won't buy it.
My apologies. That video isn't yet. But check this out. This is liberal insanity.
American Eagle jeans because my jeans are better than all those white beep have. And I'm not a Nazi.
Okay, the Starbucks is coming up, and it's going to be on the far right. Did you just say far right?
Oh! Oh!
I'm starting to lean more into conservative values.
No. You're minorities. You're not allowed to be conservative. Sweetie, that's called internalized oppression.
Funny, you're saying minorities can't think for themselves.
Thank you, ma'am.
I'm a they/them, you bigot.
I only see one of you.
Yeah, sorry about that. For some reason, I thought the next video was when I mentioned. But and yesterday, if you were watching my video, you realized or you recognized 2 or 3 of the videos that are on there. But you notice something? The hair. I mean, even that, what is it, Congresswoman? I can't even say her name, from Connecticut. Old as dirt, a mummy, and she has blue hair. I'm telling you, there's a school somewhere, they educate these people, and I'm not talking about no Ivy League school. I'm talking about there's something. Somebody's teaching these people. Blue hair. I'm telling you, that's how we can differentiate. Yeah. Anyway, now let's go to the video that I was talking about. But before I do, let's talk about what's going on in Washington, D.C. You know, this 80-20 thing they keep talking about. And yes, it's not the news that I'm talking about. Because, as I said before, breaking news, this is not the place. Unless you haven't seen it, then it's breaking to you. But we all know what's going on. Washington, D.C., what is it, the top 4 or 5 in the nation for violent crime? But that's not what I want to talk about. I want to talk about the people who video themselves that are against it. Tell me if what I'm saying is inaccurate.
Mega! Are you home? Are you awake? Are you awake yet? Do you see what's happening? He's taking over the DC City Police. Oh my gosh, are you awake yet? This is a regime. This is a full government takeover.
So I'm having a little bit of a mental health day. Didn't sleep last night after hearing the news of what was happening in Washington, D.C. Also, what Pete Hegseth said or posted yesterday on his social media about only men voting.
These people are crazy. These people are crazy.
I will not allow a Republican in my home. These folks will sell a child to a predator for $1. Why would you go into a place that hires these people? They have literally said that they don't believe in reality, they believe in alternative facts. You're going to let someone who believes in alternative facts do your taxes? You're going to let someone who believes in alternative facts cook your food?
I don't watch him on the news. I can't. I can only watch clips because it makes me too angry. So why did I decide to watch the live press conference? I don't know. Torturing myself somehow. How is this man the president of the United States?
Let me show you.
President-elect Donald Trump has officially swept all 7 battleground states. Arizona is the last state to be called. The final electoral vote count, Trump 312 to Vice President Harris's 226.
And you ain't black.
Guys, is this not a call to go to war? Like, I'm confused. What's the hold up, what is he still doing here?
He just lies and goes off on these tangents. Clearly is demented. Clearly.
Look in the mirror.
They believe that he's just cleaning up the streets. Can you imagine being so delusional that you think he's trying to clean up the streets? Crime in DC is down like 34%, I think was the last numbers. It's not an unsafe city, you people. Maybe if you got off your damn couch, stopped watching Fox News, and actually traveled and go places, maybe to DC, maybe you could learn a little history, go in the museums and stuff, then you would know.
It's gonna take us stopping work, okay? Do you guys get that? Like, we have to strike. We have to stop paying our bills. We have to stop living this insanity. I'm not okay.
These are people who don't believe in science or medicine. They will let chicken sit at room temperature for weeks because they don't believe that diseases exist.
What the hell does that mean?
It's not sustainable, okay? So I've just been crying all day because I'm depressed because of the world that we live in, the society that was made by the patriarchy for the patriarchy. When half of the population is my gender, half of the population is women. I just don't know what the we are doing on any level. And the fact that we just continue on like this is not happening is asinine to me. Okay, it's driving me insane. It's making me not be able to sleep at night and then sleep until 1 p.m. the next day because my body is just in fight or flight, trauma, anxiety ridden all the time, and I can't handle it.
Because as you know, we won 3 elections, okay? And some people want us to do a 4th. I don't know. We'll have to think about that. You saw the new hat. The hottest hat is, it says Trump 2028.
Sorry.
TDS. Does anyone know what TDS is? Correct. Trump derangement syndrome.
Why? Why are they so miserable? What is it about liberals that they're so miserable? They're miserable about life. How? Show me where it's bad out there in America. I'm waiting. Show me where in the United States women's rights are being taken. There are Gestapos asking regular Americans for their papers at every turn. Gas is being ridiculously going up. Grocery prices are going up. Crime is being ignored. None of that shit is happening. None of it. Inflation going down. People are making more money. Show me where everything is going so bad that these liberals got to lose their minds the way they are. You know, I've said before, genius, I am not, but I have common sense. Common sense enough to see that that America's not going to shit. I mean, this man loves this country. He gave up his salary. He's literally spending money on the White House for future generations to love and represent the U.S. of A. I just, I loved last week, was it a week or two ago, when they were talking about the ballroom and how much it's going to cost. And Schumer immediately went on there talking shit about it. It wasn't approved. He must have felt like a schmuck. They don't give a shit. They're evil. When it came out that he was pretty much paying it out of his pocket. I'm just saying, world peace. It's happening. Why are these people so angry? Why are they so angry? That is the major difference between conservatives and liberals. Liberals are always angry about everything, and everything's racist. And woke doesn't exist anymore. Well, it does, completely on the other side. It is what it is, whatever. Pretty much the title of the show every day. But yeah, like I was saying earlier, check this out.
They preach communism from the comfort of their $10 million mansion.
Honestly, the rich make me sick. Nobody needs that much money. It's morally bankrupt.
They're currently in a committed, platonic relationship with 4 ethically decolonized humans. They once berated a dad for referring to his daughter as a princess.
Excuse me? That's gender essentialist indoctrination.
They once protested firefighters for silencing what they called a sacred cleansing ritual of the land. They've never worked a day in their life, but they know the real problem is that guy's unchecked white privilege.
Do you understand why you have it so much better than all your fellow unhoused people? Because of your white privilege.
I hear ya. Can I get a cig?
They once ended a friendship because that person followed a person that once followed Joe Rogan. They canceled their own parents for using the word dumb in 2019.
I really thought I trained you better than this, using ableist language like dumb. I hate to say it, but you're both canceled.
I told you we should have aborted him.
They work part-time as a DEI consultant and live by 3 sacred rules. Merit is a colonial construct. Trans people are akin to modern-day plantation workers, and every problem in America can be traced back to a straight white man. They hate America with a passion and proudly fund masked revolutionaries with ultra-progressive ideals.
You think they're violent? I have confirmation every cent of funding is going towards furthering LGBTQ rights.
He releases a public apology every Tuesday, just in case his white privilege slipped out over the weekend.
Even existing in this space right now is an act of colonial violence. I apologize.
They believe fairness means giving every trans athlete a head start. Because of cis supremacy, obviously.
If a cis athlete wins a race, we've all failed.
He was a strict vegetarian until he learned that plants can't consent because they can't scream. He is the most woke man in the world.
I don't always drink, but when I do, I make sure it's ethically sourced. Stay woke, my friends.
No, don't stay woke. Being woke makes you angry. Being woke, everything's racist. Being woke. Go woke, go broke. Just saying. It is what it is. And I'll say again, and I'm going to say this. Guys, I do not make money out of this. I actually pay out of my pocket to be able to stream to you. I don't come on here, once my following grows, I'll be able to come on more and more. But since I have 3 freaking jobs, it's hard for me to come on throughout the day. There are some times where I see something and I wish I can jump on and bring you breaking news, but I don't have the time, you know what I'm saying? So literally my time is 6:30 in the morning every morning, Monday through Saturday at least, for now, until schedule changes at work. And I never have a script. I have an idea what I'm talking about for the day, and I put videos together, a subject. But as soon as I'm hit start, I go and just go with the flow. So I don't record videos. I don't like doing that. I did it before. It was cool at first, but I like to come to you live and direct so you can see me, reaction, everything live, no bullshit. And as I say all the time, I don't have a lot of followers. I'm like a grain of sand in a beach no one goes to. And I'm not a genius, but I have common sense. And common sense is what gets us by. You know, my karate instructor, old Vietnam vet, used to always say, pay attention, Fernando, pay attention, Fernando, pay attention, Fernando, pay attention, Fernando. Well, I kind of got tired of it, but then I realized, shit, you don't pay attention, accidents happen. You don't pay attention, shit happens. It is what it is, whatever. Just saying. And females, women, two genders, don't think you're going to escape this one. I have one for you guys too. Yeah. Check this out. Loving this shit.
She believes in equality, unless you bring up the military draft. Accountability is her kryptonite. Therapists call her a walking gold mine. She thinks sleeping with dozens of men empowers her, and even the men she sleeps with agree. She shouts her abortions, and let's just say she shouts a lot. She believes in equality, unless she's on a sinking ship. She's a happiness coach, even though she's miserable. She was taught there's over 70 genders in college, and it costs tens of thousands of dollars to learn. She self-diagnoses and likes telling everyone about it. She believes in equality, unless there's a hostage situation. She hates when men objectify women's bodies, but for $4.99 a month, you can objectify hers. She calls herself a boss-ass bitch. Others just call her a bossy bitch. She has a lot of cats, but not nearly as many as she will have. She has a dad, but she doesn't really talk to him. She believes in equality, unless she's in a burning building. She doesn't think we live in World War II Germany. No, she thinks we live in an even worse time and place. She nags to go on podcasts to debate, and then sues them when she loses. Her OnlyFans is worth less than a McDonald's breakfast. She likes black men until they display misogyny. Then she calls the cops, who are all bastards, by the way. She believes in equality unless anything really. She is the most feminist woman in the world.
I don't always drink, but when I do, I'm a real slut. Yay. Stay fighting the patriarchy, allies.
There's plenty more. They missed so much in that video, but that's cool. I like sharing these videos. As I said, links will be in the description, but pretty much describes the typical liberal in every which way, shape, or form. But there's more. They hate everything. They call everything racist. I've said in the beginning of the video, you can walk into Walmart, Target, wherever you may be, and I'm telling you, you should bring a notebook and see how many liberals you run into. Default, mask, liberal. Blue, purple hair, liberal. Out of shape, probably a liberal. I'm just saying, I'm not all liberals are out of shape, but you know, most of them. It just, yeah. Yep. Yeah. Just saying.
And now to Lindsay and her special interview with a hero on the left side of history.
And that's why we have to do as much damage to your countries as possible.
Some ask, if you're seeking asylum, then why do men far outnumber the women? Did your country make being a woman illegal like our president is doing?
Hey, Lindsay. I'm just trying to do the news. Their women disappeared, Karen.
Hey, Lindsay.
Disappeared.
Lindsay, everyone knows I do the purple hair. I am the HBIC. I don't appreciate you drafting off my look.
Typical jealous old
Can we get the X back over the U.S.? I just don't want someone confusing us for right-wing propaganda. And to investigate more about why conservatives hate everyone based on race, we go to our black reporter working in the field. Lanzel, over to you.
Thank you, Karen. You don't remember my name, do you?
I thought it was Lanzel, or maybe it's Lorinquan. Could you please remind me?
It's Chris. I'll still cover this goddamn story, but put some respect on my name.
Yes, sir.
Anyway, I'm going to talk to MAGA people and see why they hate everyone. Let me go find one real quick. Chris, it's Carl. From the shop, you probably don't recognize me out of the uniform. Yeah, well, all y'all look alike to me.
We have to cut that whole segment out.
Well, some of y'all hate us too, right?
You're right. You're right. Anyway, they need me to find a better clip. Be easy,
We have
eh?
to fire Lanzell, too, because clearly he's MAGA now. I mean, I'm not sure what that would, but I am sure it's a man's fault. Speaking of, time to check the weather. We now go to our Latinx reporter, Carissima Charisma. Gracias, Karen. Actualmente estamos a 22 grados. WLN apologizes. We were unaware how smoking hot Karis was. We never intend on offending our mostly chopped female audience. She's fired immediately. I know we had to fire Lindsay, Carissima, and Lanzell, but that's the consequence of this presidency. The majority voted the wrong way, plain and simple.
It is what it is. I had to throw that in there. That was like a surprise video because in reality, that's what, to me, CNN, the scumbags of the liberal media, sound like. None of them have purple hair because that would be too much. It would I'll be out there. But CNN is scumbags. Liberal media, the acronyms, as I call them, they're all scumbags. You know, and they would have you believe a zombie apocalypse is happening. And if you're sheep, don't have common sense, and most liberal with purple hair and ring noses will believe that shit and act on it. Don't forget, violence does not come from the right, it comes from the left. It is what it is. All you got to do is go into a room. Yep, he did it. If you had 10 suspects and one of them looked like the picture I sent at the beginning. It had to be. They're the violent ones. That's all I'm saying. But anyway, let's go into X and find out some stuff. Some stuff we can laugh at. Then I have one video I think you'll enjoy at the end of the show. So let me go here. Check this out. Oh, yeah. Hey, Democrat libtards. You have no power. You have nothing. You're laughable and nobody takes you seriously. By the way, Brooke Shields did this first generations ago. American Eagle stock is freaking through the roof and they're not changing a damn thing for you turd brains. Nazi propaganda, according to Democrats. A real woman, according to Democrats. I believe most men do not believe mainstream media and Democrats. Just saying. That's supposed to be. You know what's missing in there? Blue hair. Yeah, you said it. Libtards. Liberal ideology. Offensive. The blue hair. Cry more, libtards. Winners focus on winning. Losers focus on winners. Think about that for a minute. If you're not an idiot, you'll know what it means. Wow, according to the black libtards, if you're black and you're an ICE agent, you're a sellout. So I guess it doesn't meet DEI standards. A freaking liberal.
So, I've been making my rounds on social media, and this is one thing that's really struck me as bizarre. There are black libtards on social media that are actually tripping about black ICE agents. So now it's a problem if you are a black person and you're an ICE agent. Am I hearing that correctly? So what does that say about black cops? Are they sellouts too? Because they are working for a system that you have continuously accused them of oppressing you as black people. So if you get a black cop, male, female, if you're a black person and you're a cop, you are a sellout because they are working for a system that has oppressed you in the past. Am I hearing that correctly? So what about black Border Patrol officers? I take it that they're also sellouts too, right? Because they're there to protect the American border, and they're trying to foresee that people, illegals, are not just coming into the country, but they are black, right? So they're sellouts as well. I had no idea that being a black person, that you're kind of restricted. But you know what? I'm not surprised that a lot of you black libtards are complaining, bitching, and moaning, because there's no satisfying y'all. Y'all need to make up your mind. First, you were bitching and moaning, talking about DEI when people were calling y'all out about these DEI initiatives. You guys were complaining because these programs were out. People were now saying that they are getting rid of these programs. You guys were boycotting. Now there are positions for Black people to be in, and it has to be certain ones that will get the seal of approval for you to say that it's okay for Black people to work those jobs. Can you see how hypocritical y'all sound? Y'all sound dumb, stupid, and so, you're, oh my gosh, I just can't with y'all. I just can't. Y'all are a headache. So because Blacks are ICE agents who are trying to enforce immigration laws, other Black libtards have great issue with that. There's no pleasing y'all. I think at this point, you know what? If you're a Black person and you want to get into any profession, you do what the heck you want to do. After all, this is America, right? The land of the free and the home of the brave.
Yes, 100%. Kudos. And I can say this, me being a Hispanic American, Puerto Rican American, same thing with Hispanics. It's like, what was it, a couple weeks ago, I was watching the interview. I think it was a liberal network too, one of the acronyms. And they were interviewing 4 ICE agents, 1 Black, 3 Hispanics. The Gestapos, the Nazi, racists. Yet, even after that interview, they still call them that. I mean, how stupid can these people be? It's no wonder they got their asses spanked in November. I can't wait till next year. It's going to be even more of a spanking, a tsunami. Formerly limousine liberals, now latte liberals. They're not liberals. They're what is that? Illiberals. More accurately, labeled progressives of leftists or woke or some combo. Real liberals endorse regulated markets to pull the poor out of poverty and build a robust middle class. Only in America do you find a kid wearing $150 tennis shoes, drinking a $5 cup of coffee, tapping on a phone on his $1,000 cell phone, complaining on social media that he's oppressed and that capitalism has failed him. Liberal logic. Liberals say that the government needs to identify him as a female because he runs with a sports bra. This is liberals.
Government still sees me as a man. Then why do I?
Oh, Jesus. I'm disgusted. I'm sick. 5 easy steps to spot a liberal Democrat. There's only one kind, liberal Democrat. It's hand in hand. They don't know facts. They only make emotional arguments. 3, believe everything they hear from CNN, MSNBC, and they trust big government. 4, they are offended by everything. 5, if anyone disagrees with them, they call them a racist. Facts. Gotta represent, follow fellow conservatives. Humans can't change sex. Ugh. Brandon Straka. He's actually the guy who started the Walkaway Foundation, or #Walkaway. 93% of journalists identify somewhat to be very liberal. The media is the Democratic Party's biggest enabler. Yes, it is. And even with that advantage, they're sitting on a pathetic 22% approval.
Really good. The Democrats' message, Brandon, is actually really good. Message is gold. The media screws it up.
Yeah, they just have such a hard time getting their message out. That's the biggest problem. It's not as though like 95% of the media is left-leaning and carries water for the Democratic Party. Yeah. If their message is so great, I'd love to know why they have a 22% approval rating right now with the American people. I think that they need to take a look at their messaging. It's not resonating at all.
No.
Not at all. Brendan Straka, kudos to you. Now this, I gotta try to read this. Find out if someone is a liberal. You're welcome. I am Ken. Am I following? If not, I will. Now let's check this out. How many recent mainstream media hoaxes did you fall for? Russian collusion. Trump called neo-Nazis fine people. Jesse Smollett. Bubba Wallace garage pull. Covington kids. Governor Whitmer kidnapping plot. Kavanaugh rape. Trump P-tape. COVID lab leak was a conspiracy theory. Border agents whipped migrants. Remember this? This is all from the acronyms. All of it. Trump saved nuclear secrets at Mar-a-Lago. We all know why they raided Mar-a-Lago, to get all the evidence he had that they were spying on him and who was involved. Let's be real. Steele dossier, coincidentally. Russian bounties on U.S. soldiers in Afghanistan. Trump said drinking bleach would fight COVID. At the time, I had TDS. And at the time, guess who I believe? Yes. Yeah, the liberal media. Hold on. Do I? Okay, I'm not on mute. I got to double check. Muslim travel ban. Hunter Biden's laptop was Russian disinformation. Andrew Cuomo. Best COVID leadership. Trump built cages for migrant kids. What does that say? Austere religious scholar? I apologize. As I said, no genius. No idea what that means. Trump overfed koi fish in Japan. Build Back Better will pay for itself. Trump tax cuts benefit only the rich. I'm telling you all this shit. Just do your research. Cloth masks prevent COVID. People still wear masks. Explain that to me. If you get vaccinated, you won't catch COVID. Think about all this. Two people who bought this are sheep, I'm saying. SUV killed parade marchers, not the person behind it. Just like the, gun kill people, not the person holding it. But anyway, Trump used, what does that say? Tear gas to clear a crowd for a Bible photo. Don't say gay was in a bill. Putin price hike. Ivermectin is a horse dewormer and not for humans. Putin, no, I already read that. Mostly peaceful protests. That's one of my favorites. Trump overpowered Secret Service for Wheel of the Beast. Officer Sicknick was murdered by protesters. They still say this shit. January 6th was an insurrection. Trump mocked the reporter's disability. BYU students hurled racist insults at Duke volleyball player. Everything I just read to you was put out by the liberal media. Liberal media. Just saying. I just had to, another way to be able to tell, not just by appearance, but just by what they say. If anybody believes any of this shit, label them a liberal. It is what it is. It took me some time to get rid of my TDS because I had to do my research and realize that every single one of these things, when it was going away, I still believe one or two, but I did my research and I was like, holy shit, all of this is fake. I mean, look at me. Do I look like a liberal? No, I know I don't. I don't look anything like a liberal. But not all liberals look the way they do. I'm just saying, there are some who look normal, but as soon as they come out their mouths, bam, the blue hair and everything else, just that's how I picture them. Yeah. Anyway, let me get rid of this. And we're going to go to the last video because I'm having fun today. And you are going to enjoy this. This is pretty fun. Let's get off the subject because this is the Common Sense and Random Shit show by the conservative ex-con. And this last video, Hulk Hogan, Terry Bollea, I forgot to say his name, Bollea. But anyway, same people that did the video, since we're on the same, it's the same channel. So there'll be one link for all three videos. But this video is one to remember. Pretty badass. I have to play it. I hope they appreciate it. I'm sharing this shit. It's pretty awesome. You guys are going to like this. Check this out. Hulk Hogan, and the true American. all I'm saying.
He wasn't born, he emerged from a 4th of July fireworks display. He didn't choose America. America chose him. Once he slammed Andre the Giant in front of 93,000 people. He once ran for office. Every state voted for him, even Canada. He doesn't need a driver's license. His mustache is the license. The government tried to classify him as a national monument. He eats 3 steaks a day, 1 for breakfast, 1 for dinner, 1 just because. He once punched a jukebox to fix it. It started playing Born in the USA. Once he turned down a deal with Metallica to focus on wrestling. He invented a burger so American it was banned in Europe. In the 80s, he had his own Saturday morning cartoon show. He didn't wear jeans, he conquered them. He doesn't just drink beer, he drinks real American beer. He once rode a Harley Davidson across the Grand Canyon without a ramp. He recorded a patriotic rock album called Hulk Rules. He deep fries apple pie using only the heat from his abs. He baptized a biker gang in real American beer. He is the most American man in the world.
I don't always crush cold ones, but when I do, it's real American beer, brother. Stay legendary.
Just saying, come on, that's just pretty freaking awesome. Thought I finished the video with that. I saw this yesterday. I was like, I gotta play this. This is pretty freaking cool. Come on, people, especially people my age. The world knows this guy. We all know, true American. And when he came on, listen, when he came on at the Republican convention, that was some very emotional shit. You know, I was pretty excited, especially his speech. And, you know, I'm 54 on Sunday. Of course I was a fan. I met him one time. I think it was twice, but that one time I'll never forget. You know what I'm saying? When I worked at the Harper Civic Center and they were there, and that's when I realized wrestling was fake, believe it or not, because they were all like conjugating whatever it is together, like never really happened. And back to the fighting and then back to friendship. But it's whatever, you know, but I still was always a huge fan of Hulk Hogan, no matter what bullshit came out here and there. I mean, come on, Mel Gibson had some shit. And some other people, guess what? Conservatives, the smart ones. That's all I got to say. And he didn't look like a liberal. Anyway, thanks, guys, for watching the show. Please like, share. If you want to help the channel out, link in the description. The links will be in the description to most of these videos that I played today. Yesterday, as I said, hopefully it didn't happen today. Or the screen froze. The camera. I gotta see if I can get when I get some money. See if I can get a little webcam or something. I try to use I almost went back to the phone today, but that's that. Screw it. Let me just risk it, and hopefully it goes through. But yeah, it is what it is. Identifying a liberal. Can you? Let me know. Write me. Am I right? You know, I'm sure if you're a liberal, you probably offed yourself by now because you're like, no, yeah, I don't look like that. Yes, you do. Yes, you do. All of you. With shit on your faces. That's all I got to say. Love you guys. Stay true to the red, white, and blue. And I will see you guys tomorrow. It's fun. It's fun. That's all I got to say. Laters!